Today I'm in the greenhouse and I'm going to try and clean up some of this bed that's getting smothered by this sweet potato plant. I hope the fan noise isn't too loud and too noisy. I'm going to try and record this. I don't want to turn the fan off, so it's very warm in here. But last spring I had left a piece of root in this bed in the greenhouse, and it sprouted, and I decided to leave it and see what happens, see if it produces sweet potatoes. So today I'm going to take this vine out and clean this up. It's starting to smother out my other plants. I have some bok choy here, and I have some carrots growing there, and down on this end I've planted some spinach and lettuce, and I don't want these sweet potatoes smothering them all, so I'm going to take it out and then dig in the soil and see what kind of potatoes we can find under there. So I'll set this camera up on a tripod, and then I'll start cleaning off this vine and we'll see what we have. Okay, first thing I have to do is find the base of this plant and cut the vines off so that I can start taking them out. Here's where they're coming out of the ground. Then I need to get these off of this trellis, and I may end up cleaning this off later because this is going to be quite a mess. So I think what I'll do, just pulled out a tomato plant which I wanted to keep, put that back in. That was easier than I thought it would be. It's quite a pile of vines there. And I'll pan over here. There's the vines that were taken down. Those will be chopped up now and put into the compost bin. Now we'll come over here and move in just a little closer, and we'll dig through the soil and see what we find in here. Not finding many sweet potatoes. Found one little piece here, and there's another little piece, but not enough to bother trying to make a meal out of them. So apparently growing the sweet potatoes in the greenhouse was not a success, which is unfortunate. At least a root of some sort. not finding any sizable sweet potatoes, which is unfortunate. I really hoped that we would have some in here. So I think I'll write this off as a failure. Don't have a lot of gardening failures, but growing sweet potatoes in the greenhouse is apparently one of them. So anytime now that sweet potatoes come up volunteer in the greenhouse, they'll be taken out and not allowed to grow because this was totally unsuccessful. There's a lot of little small roots, but nothing that's edible. Fortunately, I have sweet potatoes growing outside in 25-pound or 25-gallon containers, so we will still have sweet potatoes. But other than good roots, there's nothing here. Now I'll rebury that tomato plant that I accidentally dug up here. Bury it as deep as I can. This soil in this bed is all compost, which makes it really easy to work with. You notice you don't need tools to dig in here. You just need hands just to loosen it up. This is not a volunteer. This is a Tumbling Tom tomato, which was growing on the side here, and it accidentally got pulled out, so I'll restart it here, and it'll perk up now and grow, and it'll sprout over the side of the bed, and we'll have cherry tomatoes during the winter. So that was the end of the experiment with sweet potatoes in the greenhouse. It's one of my first failures of gardening in the greenhouse, as it turns out. Got a root here. I'm trying to see where it goes. Didn't go anywhere. This was a Christmas cactus that I threw under the bed last year, and it sprouted and grew, so I'll leave it in here. I really don't need any more Christmas cactus, but it seemed to like it here. This will all go in the compost bin as a wasted energy. So that concludes the experiment on growing sweet potatoes in the greenhouse, and we will write it off as a failure. Thanks for watching.